What's going on, world? It's your boy Marco Polo. And this is Marco Polo TV. Today, the story we'll be covering is one about a man by the name of Bob Forbes. Let's get right into it. Robert F. Forbes Jr., who also went by the name Bob Forbes, was born August 9th, 1934 in Grenada, Mississippi. There's nothing I could really find about his early childhood, but I do know that eventually he would move to Jackson, Michigan. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking sometime in the 1950s. My grandmother, who was also from Grenada, and her and Bob, who was the same age, grew up with each other as kids. And I believe my grandma and her siblings moved to Michigan in the 50s, and I'm pretty sure Bob did the same. I used to hear a lot about him from my family members and their friends, about the many nights they spent in the gambling house. Probably was one my great grandma Martha Smith used to run back in the day, but who knows. I also heard stories about Bob possibly being a bank robber, and how he made a dress as a woman when he actually robbed them. But I couldn't find any evidence to back that up, but it makes for good folklore, don't it? But I did find where Forbes was released from the Department of Corrections Resident Home Program in November 1985, where he completed a 3.5 to 20-year prison sentence for delivery of heroin, and a 2 to 5 year sentence for obtaining money under false pretenses. He was sentenced in July 1983. The charges stemmed from 6 month investigation into heroin trafficking in Jackson County. Bob was also tied to one of the biggest mysteries in the city of Jackson's history, and that's the disappearance of Natasha Shanes, a 6-year-old girl who vanished from her mother's home on May 5, 1985. Officials believe it happened between the hours of 1:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. At the time, Bob was living with the child's mother, Susan Shanes, and police thought that the child's disappearance had something to do with illegal dealings of Forbes, and maybe the girl was taken because of a debt he owed. But police still conducted a door-to-door search, and even the woods of Ellisharp Park, and found nothing. On May 14, 1985, the body of Bob Forbes was found in the alley, off Francis Street in between High Street and Stanley, just blocks away from the Maple Street home where Natasha went missing. He suffered a gunshot wound to the face, and at the time, police thought he was killed over money or the disappearance of Natasha. But Captain Dennis L. Rollinson and the Jackson police said the wound appeared to be self-inflicted, and there was a gun by the body, and the death was ruled a suicide. Many family and friends believe he was murdered, but nothing was ever proven. And almost 40 years later, Natasha was never found. First off, I want to say prayers to the family, condolences, and hopefully one day Natasha Shanes will be found and that whole situation will be solved and it can bring some closure to the family. Appreciate you guys for watching. The like, share, and subscribe. I'll get back with you later. Appreciate you. Peace.